to do a really colourful evening eye makeup.
Perfect. So we've selected a couple of colors from the Zao palette, including this primer right here, which is what I'm going to actually start with. Close. So as an alternative to foundation or concealer, this is great to like take away any discoloration, any veins that are showing, especially if you're working with these sort of jewel tones or pinks or purples. You want to eliminate any natural pink and purple.
This one's great because it's a cream to powder, so it just turns to a powder finish on the skin. So any powder eyeshadow that you put on top just helps to cling onto it.
Yeah, it's a really, really nice texture. I haven't actually used it before, so I will be. So I'm going to start by putting actually this lightest color all over. This is like a nice little pink tone.
Yeah, it's like a soft pink.
Soft rose. Start and just concentrating on the inside corner and under the brow, but I'm actually gonna go everywhere. And the technique I'm gonna use is actually really easy, and you could use it with different colors, just choosing whatever color palette you want to use. So right away, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful ruby tone.
I love this colour.
It's really beautiful, and I'm really getting quite a lot onto my brush and then just shaking off the excess. I start by patting it to get it into place right on the eyelid. So I'm gonna put it all over this eyelid and then really blend it out. And we can see it really delivering a lot of color. I always blend following the eye socket shape. Some people like to blend in a circle, but I'm not so fond of that.
Yeah, I tend to blend in like a sort of windscreen wiper motion.
Yeah, same here. Do you wear bright colors on your eyes a lot?
Not very often. I think they look a bit intimidating.
Yeah, I think it's a really good way, close, to really change up the smoky eye.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just a bit of makeup.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like it, you can just take it off. But I think you can create some really interesting, beautiful looks with some brighter colors.
I think especially with colours like this that are a little bit red or a little bit pink, it's good to make sure that you've got a darker liner to kind of anchor the look.
Exactly, right along the lash line. So we're going to go in with a black in a minute. First, we're going to make sure to really blend out this edge above the crease. And if you ever get any fall of eyeshadow, you can do a couple of things. Sometimes if I'm working with a client, I'll always have a tissue there to catch it. But you could just take a little brush, or I like this fan brush, and just really just kick it off. Just like, get out. So we're gonna take a nice dark purple, and with an angle brush, I'm gonna create a kind of nice shadow right along the lash line that will then add some black pencil to. So if you just close your eyes for me, really take off the excess and press. I like to do this in a kind of like as if it was a giant wing, but because it's eyeshadow, it's quite forgiving. And then you can always just go into a little bit of a sideways V here. Then with a really small sort of crease brush, I'm also going to go back again into this purple, again dab off the excess, and really blend this outer corner.
Does this create more of kind of a smoky eye?
Yeah, so this is like a smoky, like a kind of two-tone smoky eye, but also by emphasizing this outer corner, you really lift the shape up and out. Which just lifts it all up. And then I'm gonna go back in with the purple, again with my angle brush, taking off the excess, and look up for me. Really doing the smoke underneath. So you're really pushing it between the eyelashes all the way across. And then right away you can kind of blend it out. And once we put this black eyeliner and some black mascara, it'll make it look really elegant. And I like a really big, wide kind of smoke blend under the eye because we're gonna anchor it in a minute. So just having it have a really long fade out, it makes a really big eye. It's really dramatic for an evening look.
Yeah.
And if you get any fall, you can just take a little brush and dust away what you have. And at the end, we'll also correct with cotton buds and some base if we need to. So now we're ready to anchor this look a little bit. So I've got a black pencil from Eyeshadows, Perez, which is beautiful. And if you just close your eye, because this is a smokier look, we can just kind of whack on this pencil without worrying about it too much. And then again, with my angle brush that I've been using this whole time, I'm just gonna blend it out, creating a little very soft wing, again, right into this dark plum that we've blended, just to anchor it and keep that up and out look.
I love how soft these are because you can really get a really smoky effect.
Yeah, and they don't do that pull or drag when you're using them, or skip. They're really nice and waxy. And by setting with a bit of eyeshadow on top, they won't move, but they'll really last.
So it helps it to last longer.
Yeah, layering a greasy or waxy product with a powder will always help it be more intense and last longer. So you can be sure that if you have like a long day or an evening or a party, by layering the pencil with an eyeshadow, you're definitely going to help the lasting power of both of the products. So if you wanted, you could also take your brush and rub it in your pencil, look up, and then get it nice in between those lashes, and this will make it nice and soft and smoky and really forgiving. So if it's not perfect, that's okay. That's kind of the look.
Yeah, that's much better than going in with the pencil, because then you get a harsh line rather than
and then like
soft.
Blending it out can be a bit more tricky.
Yeah, it goes a bit heavy.
And really, whatever is left on your brush, just blend it out. So a bit more mascara, and then we might do a little pencil inside. So put down. This mascara really grabs every lash, but it really layers well if you want a thicker, kind of fuller lash effect. And I always zigzag to really get in between the eyelashes. And then what you can do is look ahead and just using the tip, brush from side to side to catch those bottom lashes without putting any mascara underneath the lash, therefore reducing the risk of transfer. Yeah. And let's get some liner in that waterline for a nice intense gaze, especially with these baby blues. So always get right into that corner. If you can bear it, I would probably do the top waterline as well, because that really makes the lashes look thicker.
Yeah, if you get rid of any skin colour at the top.
Exactly, so just look down at your knees for me and take a deep breath, because this is never comfortable when it's not doing to yourself. It's one of the oddest feelings in the world.
That is strange.
Super. So this is a lovely, bright, but like jewel toned eye. So we're really happy with that.
Yeah, I love it.
So we're gonna, I think for this, rather than a traditional blush, because we've used these pinky purple tones, we're gonna go for a bronzer. Bronzer as contour and blush. I know, controversial. So this Eyeshadows Perez one actually has two colors, which you can either mix together or use separately, depending on where you're at. So I always start, this is just me, I start my bronzer up here. Don't ask, it's just what I do. I know the sun doesn't hit there. I just think it looks nice. It's almost more of a contour moment where it's just in the temples. And then I kind of hug right under the cheekbone. And I just think it gives a really flattering look. And again, I'm gonna start almost really lightly and then build up it back to the thin layers, you know?
Yeah, I think it's much better to go in softly and then build and see how much depth you want to give.
Exactly. I'm doing this actually slightly darker tone just here under the cheek, really as a bit of contour, and then kind of just blending it with my powder brush. Products like this that are a bit 2-in-1 are quite handy actually, and you can, you know, end up with a more minimal makeup kit.
What lip would you suggest with this eye makeup?
So in general, if I go for such a bright eye, I would prefer a more nudie lip. But I think what's really fun, and especially, you know, to play with textures and stuff, we've got a more matte skin and slightly shimmery eyes. Let's do a nice glossy, but nudie, like nude, pinky nude lip.
Yeah, something natural.
Exactly. The pink keeps it still in the family, so as a look, it all harmonizes. The texture is playing on a little bit of the shimmer, but we don't have anything else glossy on the face. And we don't have too much highlight either, so it won't be too glossy.
Yeah.
So you can use this obviously straight from the tube. I like it with a bit of a brush. Such a lovely color. It's actually almost like your natural lip color, but enhanced.
I love the smell of these Kea Weiss lip glosses.
It smells like vanilla coconut holiday. And always make sure to end with an extra little blob right in the middle. A little bit of a pout. If you really wanted to, you could put a pencil around this or underneath it. But I think because it almost matches your lip tone, you don't really need to do that.
Nice without.
Oh, that's super pretty.
Yeah.
Have a look.
Oh, I love it. Oh, I love the eyes.
Yeah, and I think the eyes and the lips play nicely off each other because the lip is not too strong.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I think it would look nice with like a black dress or even like a cream suit.
Ooh.
Elegant.
Thank you.
You're welcome.